Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to Daily Scan for Tuesday, February 10th, 2015. All right, let's take a quick peek at the IMX index from yesterday, or the number, I should say. Prior was 5.12, and this one is 4.85, which just is a little bit of weakness on the or a little bit of a, I guess you might say, move to the bearish bias as far as TD Ameritrade is concerned, as far as what the clients are doing. And you can read this whole report on what this is about. But it looks at several million accounts, if I remember right, after reading it here. And look like as though investors are pulling out of equities and going to safer havens, I guess you might say. All right, let's go back to today. Today we have JOLTS report at 10 o'clock. That's the only really big one, at least scheduled anyway. But we have the Red Book and wholesale trade also today. Might want to take a peek at that. Is Auntie Yellen speaking? I don't see her speaking anywhere on here, so I guess that's good. Here over in Asia, mostly mixed, but for the most part bullish. And in Europe, it's almost bullish across the board, and a nice solid number there. Oil may drop to $20 a barrel, but unfortunately it's not going to do it before I head back to Ohio. So I guess I might just have to live with the current prices, and they're still better, much better than last year. Anything else on here? I don't know. It's nothing really big. I've been hearing about this a lot. Your smart TV is smarter than you thought it was, because it could be listening to you. And I think this is, if your spoken words include personal or other sensitive information, that information will be among the data. And they're just saying it is going to be captured. If you use voice recognition, I guess. I'm not sure. I don't know. I have a TV, an LG, that has, you can talk to the remote and it'll theoretically do what you say to it. I don't use it. I'm not that big of a TV watcher that I need to have a remote that I can talk to anyway. So at least with that remote, you need to activate it. All right, and I did not activate it. So let's see what's going on here. Well, actually, we were looking pretty good when I first brought up the application here, but our futures are looking flat at the moment. Gold is pretty far down. Wow, it was like around 1240 something. Now it's 1238, and oil is at 52, which is kind of where it was yesterday, if I remember right. Dollar's at 94.9, which is a little bit of a bump up. And the euro US dollar is at 112.8, which is down quite a bit. So it looks like the dollar gained some strength during the day yesterday. All right, so what did I do yesterday? Jumped in on this Visa trade. It's doing well. And then Russell and SPX got in on both of those in these other three accounts, one each in each of those accounts. And for Visa, we have 4 lots on that. We'll take a look at their charts when we get to them. Let's start right off with Apple. Oh, and one other thing. It always happens to me, doesn't it? One other thing, on this chart that I showed you yesterday, this moving average here, which is the whole moving average, if I right-click on the moving average itself, says it's a 50-day, but there's something unique about it that I need to show you, and that's over here on the for the y-axis is where this moving average is plotted from, not from this y-axis on the right, but using the one on the left. And I do that by saying left axis here. And check that box. And what it does is plots it separately from these numbers over here on the right, and that allows it to be shown on the chart, and it won't ever fall off, I guess you might say. So it's just for visual reference, not necessarily, for instance, here where the moving average was above price. That may not necessarily be true. All we're looking at here is the shape and direction. That's all we're looking at. So, you know, do you need the moving average? You look at price and you go, well, what do you need a moving average for? Well, I have to admit that's probably true. But we use it for direction. Which direction would be most interested in trading? And right now it is to the bearish side, not the bullish side. All right, so here's the three that we have out there. Our good till canceled limit order to buy it back. So let's start out with Apple. Apple is in a setup mode right now, so let me make a note of that. Alright, and that would be for a bull put. So if we get a hook up on this today, we may consider getting in on that. So yesterday, let me move out here just a tad. Had a good strong day, contrary to the market. So it looks like, at least yesterday, Apple is marching to the beat of a different drummer from what the market is doing overall. Amazon, almost in a setup mode. They're taking a little bit of a rest here after its big bump up. It may come down here and want to fill this gap. Only time will tell. Boeing. Sort of the same thing, since their earnings only not a real big gap, but just a really nice strong move up here. So we're waiting for an indication to enter here. Alibaba, I think I might just remove them. We'll watch them for another couple of days. I guess they're coming out with their own smartphone now too. Hey, you know, what the heck? Maybe I should come out with the Option Guru smartphone. Yeah. That's crazy. Like I could afford the capital to launch something like that. Besides that, everything is free. I'd have to give the phone away, and I don't think I could afford that. But I could do a case or something. Yeah, I could do that. Never mind. So we'll leave them on there for a while. Not interested in doing anything with them right now. And here we have Baidu. Their earnings is coming up, so we'll just take a pass on those. Chipotle, we were thinking about possibly a chase trade on them. I thought, let me look here. And, yes, I was thinking about doing a chase trade on them yesterday. Didn't do it though. Should have. It might be a little bit too late now. Well, of course, you're 648 stories up here on this building, and that's still a long ways to fall. Okay. I don't know. I'll put it down. See if it still continues to head down today. But what happens a lot of times is that it might start heading down during the day and then flip around on you. So That's what makes those a little bit risky, I guess you might say. Let's zoom in here on that one. What are we looking at here for Costco? Ooh. This, I still want to stay away from them because of this dividend thing here. So I don't want to, let's wait till we get past that dividend. And the Dow, maybe we're going to come back down here and maybe this will be support. Who knows? You just never know. Or maybe it might just turn out to be meaningless, as so many of my trend lines do when I put them in here to indicate support or resistance, because you have a support down here too. And this acted as resistance. It broke out and topped out, and now it's coming back down. I don't know. It doesn't really mean anything, to tell you the truth. Gold is down here. We got this covered call. I won't be doing any momentum change trades on that, just because you never know what the heck it's going to do. Google does have a sort of a trend going on here, and the trend is sideways. So we have a wedge here, which I could draw this way, like that, and usually that means that there's going to be a big breakout. So that's kind of interesting, isn't it? All right. I don't know what to do. Let's just wait to see when it breaks out which way it's going to go. If I could, you could buy an iron condor on this, I guess. Let's. I'm going to hang on a second. So here, I just tried out a couple of different things. I tried a butterfly, and a butterfly is just way too expensive. You don't get, you get like $20 out of it, and you'd have to. Well, I would want to get $100 profit on the trade, and that would be. So you have to get 5 of them, so that's 15 contracts you'd have to have on that one. This one pays off pretty well. This is a long iron condor, where you're hoping the price moves at least beyond these break-evens at 521 and 538. So that means like price would have to either go above here or down below here. And that is with the normal expiration out here where the red line is on 220. I don't know. I might just keep going. I just don't see any movement, so why would I do that? I don't think I would want to do that. So let's move on. Let's move to LinkedIn. We have a big gap here, so we have to wait for that one to settle down. We'll look at NDX, which could have possibly gotten into that one yesterday, but that would have made me really nervous. So I'm kind of glad I didn't. So let's pull this in here a little bit. Let's see, it opened here and it actually went above its open. So NDX looked a little bit stronger, although it still hasn't broken through this and maintained itself above here, this trend line. So that's of interest. So what do we have here? We still have a downtrend. We have what could be considered an alertable trade, but the only problem here would have been entering. You couldn't enter. Would have been nice if this would have been opened up here and then moved down. Instead it opened down and then moved up, and that makes for a bad trade. So that one kind of worked out for that. I'm going to take a pass on NDX for right now. You guys can do whatever you would like to do. So we have Netflix here. It's playing with us. It's playing with us. We'll just have to see how it comes out. Looks like as though it's continuing to get a little bit weaker. Price line. I need to take this off of here. I'm going to remove all the drawings because we're waiting for earnings out there. And then we have RUT. Here's where our short is up here. We got in kind of early yesterday. Actually, on this green candle, I think I got in. So we're at 30 minutes now. I thought we were supposed to be at 78 minutes. Well, 30 minutes is all right for right now. So actually got in the first 30 minutes on us, so that was kind of good. I think price was right around here someplace, and I got a little bit nervous for the first hour, and then it pulled back and cooperated. So here we are, probably pretty safe up here. I thought we might get have these trades, these 50% profit levels might have executed yesterday, but they didn't. And actually, well, you know, the calculated price in order to reach our limit price that we have in there was around here yesterday. So now with time, it's working its way back up. Price is working its way down, and we like that a lot. SPX, same thing. Our short is up here, and we're coming down here, and we meet up, and we might be pulling that 50% out today. Market, even if it just sits around there, might get us out today. And we don't need to look at that. Tesla, earnings coming up, so no go there. And Visa, this is a trade also that we got in on yesterday. And we did a whole bunch of these. So this was a very close to a 50 delta. Visa is a I think that's a $2.50 spread, and we collected 97 cents on it. So I guess that's not a 50 delta. We got in on that one. Let's see, what time did we get in? This one was 9:40 in the morning. So I always try to put the time up here. So that was on, you know, this very first candle. We're at 267.50. So it was right around here. So it's working its way down. The 50 delta was just way too far in the money for my taste at that time. So I picked the next strike away from it. And, you know, I'll be happy with that. You know, I got 4 of them, so if that one works out, it's going to be a good one. So I guess that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day, and you know the best part about it is happy trading.